What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. Calls are growing throughout the sports world for LeBron James to call it quits after 37 years in the league, after another poor performance, this time against the OKC Thunder, in a game that was very winnable for the Los Angeles Lakers. LeBron James contributed to this loss with poor defense, and in particular, bad ball management resulting in turnovers, which, let's be honest, demoralized the Lakers. He had, as Skip would put it, demoralizing 10 turnovers. I mean, just absolute soul draining turnovers. And he had the worst plus minus, again, of any Los Angeles Laker. As a matter of fact, this season, his plus minus through 19 games is negative 83. That just may be the worst in the NBA of any starting player. It's definitely among the worst. Look, I know I get on here and I crap on this guy a lot, right? But I'm gonna say this. Now, whether it's through allegedly artificial means or not, I'm willing to say this. LeBron James has had the longest prime of any athlete I've seen outside of Tom Brady. I'll give him that. There were many years before where I thought LeBron James would start falling off, and he proved me wrong. Okay? But I think all would agree that although he's had his moments this year, he is clearly, for the first time, clearly not the same player that he had been before. He just caught up with LeBron James. I looked at some of the numbers, and he, so far this year, is dunking less than at any other time in his career. I mean, you expect that for a guy that's 39, 40 years of age. But he's shooting 49.8% from the floor, which seems like a really high percentage, except for when you take out shots that are 3 feet and closer to the rim, his field goal percentage drops somewhere into the 30s. That's not great. His PER this season is 20.9. That's, I believe, let me check some out here. I believe his PER rating of 20.9, see if I can find it. That's the lowest of his career since his rookie year. His scoring average this year of, about 22 points a game, 22.3 points per game, is the lowest since his rookie year. He's having, statistically, his worst year in the NBA. His worst year. Only through the rule changes are some of his efficiency numbers even looking somewhat decent. But his 2-point field goal percentage is the lowest it's been in about 10 years. And it's only because of the fact that there's been rule changes to make the game easier to score, and even that isn't hiding it anymore. Look, he looks slower than ever. He's a burden on his team on the defensive end. And unlike LeBron James in the past, who could still dominate a game, at least in stretches, even this version of LeBron James could dominate the game in stretches for his club. He's having a hard time doing it. And it's like now when you're watching him, he's basically just going out there to get numbers. That's all he's really doing. He's basically just going out there and padding his numbers. Look, teams have, the last couple teams, in my opinion, they've done everything they could to limit Anthony Davis's touches, whether that's doubling him, whatever. Now, if this was the LeBron James of just 3-4 years ago, hell, 2 years ago, more often than not, he would have taken advantage of that. LeBron James would have had a 30, 35 point night, and possibly Lakers would have won. Now, of course, you know, JJ Redneck is trying to spread the offense around. But man, it's like even in this reduced capacity, it's like LeBron is having some problems sometimes just going out there getting his numbers. You know, that's what we all know. That's what he's doing at this stage of his career, going out there and trying to get his numbers. But now it's getting to a point where he's having problems doing that, because we all know he's trying to average a triple-double. Clearly, he's trying to do that. But it's getting harder for him to go out there and do that. I don't know, y'all. Like, honestly, you can't. Look, if LeBron was just staying in the league just to be a somewhat effective player, then no, there's really no call for him to retire. Or I shouldn't say that. I should say there would be no reason for him to retire if he was just going out there and trying to be a somewhat effective player. But if the goal is for him to be LeBron James, right, then he's hurting himself. Then if that's the case, then he should consider, in my opinion, retirement after this season. Because then it's going to be like you're just playing for the money, which you obviously don't need. You're playing for selfish reasons, which we've been pushing for a while, and it seems like that's exactly what he's doing. Because as a Los Angeles Laker, he signed up under the guise that he was going to try to bring back respectability to his franchise. Because let's not forget, the Lakers, before he got there, were atrocious. The last few years of Kobe Bryant's career and the first year of LeBron James' tenure as a Laker, the Lakers were terrible. LeBron James was brought there, well, I shouldn't say brought there, but he signed there under the guys that he was going to help turn around this franchise, because the Lakers are the most significant franchise in the NBA, one of the most significant franchises in sports. I told you before, there was a 70-year span, where the Lakers only missed the playoffs 5 times. What has transpired since then is the Lakers have become an absolute joke, and they've become a cult of LeBron. His sycophants, his fan base, have turned this franchise, and I should say the NBA, to a great extent, to a joke. So what's the point here? Why did you fire Darvin Ham, ladies and gentlemen? Why did they fire him? And by the way, Darvin Ham won the NBA Cup tournament, right? LeBron James and his fan base felt it's so significant that they hung that banner up there with the championship banners. Now all of a sudden these clowns are trying to downplay the importance of this crap. Now, I didn't think it was important at all. But what I'm saying is, to his fan base, keep the same energy. Because going to the Western Conference Finals, his first year wasn't enough for Darvin Ham. Winning 47 games last year wasn't enough for those clowns. Winning the Tournament Cup, which essentially Lakers are eliminated from. I mean, there's still a minute chance they can get there, but everything would have to break right with too many teams. It's pretty much a foregone conclusion that they've been eliminated. Now, all of a sudden, it doesn't matter now. Let's just be honest and let's be true. You guys just don't like Darvin Ham because your cult leader tells you not to. But anyway, at the end of the day, man, it's time for him to call it quits, y'all. It is. It's time. It's time. Because, this is a guy that claims he wants to be the GOAT or claims that he is the GOAT. He has a certain standard of excellence for himself. And at the end of the day, he's not meeting that standard. And like I said before, he's hurting the team. So it's time for him to go ahead and call it quits and go and do something else, Go into owners, trying to be an owner, or go into the Hollywood business, make some movies. I don't know. I don't know. Go play video games with Bronny for a sec. Chill. I don't know, man. I don't know what's in his future. But at the end of the day, he's a perpetual teenager. He's the world's oldest teenager. He's a 40-year-old teenager. But anyway, Laker fans are tired of him, man. Real Laker fans, they're tired of him. LeBron fatigue is a real thing. It gives me a slight headache talking about LeBron at this stage, man. I'm tired of him. But that's all I got to say about it, y'all. Tell me what you guys think.